Now looking at the pound US dollars, the 4-hour chart, price is rallied up into an area of resistance. This grey line marked off right here. See, we've rejected off resistance and we're starting to move down. If we move to the 30-minute chart here, you can see the direction, the market direction is down. You see we broke this down fractal here. Mark the most recent up fractal with this black line over here. That's where the direction we change back to up. Now we move to a 5-minute chart. You can see we've actually rallied, broken this up fractal, and we're actually just about to trigger a short right over here. We've just broken this in here, so I'm actually going to enter a sell it right there. So we've now sold just the break of this low here. What I now want to do is put a stop loss in place into our trade platform, and we now add in a stop loss. Remember, we want to put a stop loss above the fractal, and I want to add the spread in the platform. So the tip is here at 51.61. The spread is around 3 pips. I'm going to put it 51.64. I want to take into account the spread on that. Okay, so I'm going to put it 3 pips. See, the spread is varying slightly on here between 48. Actually, make it sort of 64. Okay, now the take profit, and then what did I get our stop loss in place there? So stop loss, remember we've just added it to this fractal tip here, but we've added the spread so we don't get stopped out prematurely. And what we will now want to do is we want to now move and take profit in place. So we're just having a look down, move the actual chart down, just scrunch it up. You can see the daily central pivot is the next area down here. It's about, what are we looking at, about 47 pips. We're currently risking about 23, so that's sort of the next pivot. What I want to do is just move back to the higher time frame. This is the 4-hour chart. I want to see where we can potentially look for a possible target area. Now we do have an area of support in here, so we've got an area of support where price can come down and bounce in around this level here. So really I'd like to watch and see what happens around 51.12, also 5100 areas slightly lower down here. We're going to have some bids around this level here, 5100 area. It gives around 45. Let's just have a quick look at the hourly chart, just doing a nice top down analysis here. So we've got this area, you see this area in here, this area here is a level of potential support. You can see how price is held. See our rejection resistance across here. We just run our cursor across, we have resistance across here, then broke out and it became support. You see this level in here. So we had resistance, closes above, comes back, tests support, and then we get this big push up. So this is the first real problematic area price needs to clear through here. From there onwards, we're looking back down towards the lows in here, okay? So we've got these lows around here. That'll give us around 1-to-1 on the trade, and then slightly lower down, we've got these lows in place. And then we've got a very nice area of support down here. If you have a look at this level, you can see how, if we just extend this line across actually, you can see this level in here we've held. It's fell short of support here, resistance, comes, holds the support again, support, resistance, and this is where we took a nice leg out. So this area here looks pretty good. That's around 50, 67. It'll give us around 67 pips target wise. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a target around this area here. I'm going to take a profit. Just, you see this area of support, this wick here, it's just sort of above this area of support. I'm going to target this level here at 50.76, and I'm going to add the spread. So if I now click modify, so one spot 76 area, that's down here, 76, and I want to add the spread on top of that. So dealing spread varies on here, but around 3, let's call it 70, 79. Okay, so now we have our orders. Remember, we're short. This is a 1-hour chart. We just want to see a nice zoomed out version of what's going on here. And we've got a very key level of support down here. So I want to target this level as a take profit level with a little bit of a buffer here, and obviously you want to add the spread. We currently, you can see that the right hand corner here, we're currently up around 13 pips. Okay, so we just move over to the 5-minute chart now. So just remember, we've got a break. We broke this up fractal here. We then broke to the downside. This was the entry right here, and our stop loss is just above this last fractal tip. So we're currently 17 pips up on this trade. You can see we're breaking down. Nice bearish looking candle here. This is a 15-minute chart. Now here again, just using a nice multiple time frame. We just want to have a quick look at what's going on across the different time frames here. 5-minute chart, you can see you're breaking down nicely. And if we just compress this, you can see we need to clear through this area. We've got an area of support in here. We need to see price take out these lows. The daily central pivot is a decent distance away. We can target this, as I said, about 47 pips. We may just take it off there if price starts to stall out a little bit. And then at the moment, we've got this major. Let's just go to the 15-minute chart quickly. You can see this area. But this area here, this gray line, is from the higher time frame chart, that hourly chart. You can see how it's held. Over here we have support in here, resistance, 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 and as I said, we've added a spread and given a few pips space. So if we get a move down at that level, that could be interesting, but we'll wait and see what happens. Currently we're around about that 17 pip mark. So having a look at the pound dollar trade, we're currently up 28 pips. You can see price is really taking a nice leg down here. We still haven't taken any risk out as we haven't had any new fractals form. So they're coming down to an area of support here. This area here, but sort of between 105 and 95 area, the 5095 area, and that sort of 10 pip range. We expected some bids to sort of come into the marketplace. So I'm keeping a close eye on this level right here. As I said, you can see I've just marked with this black line, but this area here comes into an area of support. And if we just have a look at that, you can look at it on the 30-minute or hourly chart, see these lows down here is an area that I'm paying close attention to. So I'd like to see price move down, at least close below this area to stand a chance to move into this take profit level. But we're currently up, see on the bottom right, about 25 pips. As I said, I haven't been able to reduce any risk just yet, but if we get a new fractal, we'll try and get some risk out, and if the target is hit before then, even better. I'm also, as I said, just pay close attention to this daily central pivot and this base of support in here. If price does start to stall out there, we'll look to take the profits. Having a look at this trade now, we're getting a bit of a retracement, which is pretty normal after a nice move down. Like I said, we've sort of come into an area of support. Yeah, I was looking at it coming a little bit low. You can see we found support here, this sort of cluster in here. You're starting to find a bit of taking profit coming in here. Ideally, what I'd like to see, you can see how we have this area. We just adjust this line here. So we have this level in here. So we've got a level in here. You can see how we have resistance, holds here, a little bit of resistance, comes back, test support, then we break through. So looking for this area, pretty much where we entered to hold the support if we get a deeper retracement. And we just start looking at our higher time frames. Here's a 15-minute chart, and you can see this level that we spoke about a lot better now. Resistance here, support. 30-minute chart, just make sure the direction, you can see it's still down. This level still marks the most recent up fractal. You can see where we're currently bouncing from. Next area of support, and our target is quite a distance still to the downside over here. Having a look at the higher time frame 4-hour chart, breaking down, as I said, we're finding support in and around this cluster here. If we can clear through this level, then run down towards the lows. But as I said, we'll keep a close eye on this one. And just back to that 5-minute chart. If we get another fractal forming at some point, perhaps we can try and reduce some risk, or at least move the stop down. Now waiting for a new fractal to form. We've got just waiting for this second candle to potentially close. Just under a minute to go now, and if that happens, then we can move our stop loss down 51.33. So the tip is at 30, and I'm going to add the spread in for a short and make sure that we don't get stopped out if price actually just tests the highs here, not taking the spread into account. So we've actually made a little profit. We've locked around 7 pips in on this trade. We're currently, you can see, sort of 16, 17 pips up. Target, looking down, watch this area down here. We've obviously paused just above this key support area that we spoke about previously. So we'll just keep a close eye on this one. So have a quick look at that 30-minute chart quickly. can see we broke this fractal, and you can see finding support at the moment at this stage. So we may see a bit of a retracement here. Pretty normal after a big move like this. If not, and we do drift lower, first area 5100, around that, also that daily center pivot, and then further down towards that key level on the hourly chart. Just updating the pound dollar trade. We've actually been stopped out. We moved our stop just above at the tip of the fractal plus the spread. You can see prices actually just literally come up, taking the stop out, and continued back down again. We got stopped out for just 7.7 pips, which equated to 770 pounds on this platform. But just to recap quickly, 30-minute chart direction was down right here. Broke this down fractal, so we were looking for selling opportunities. We moved to the 5-minute chart. Price retraced, it broke this up fractal and then broke to the downside. We entered short. We then were up quite a nice profit at one point. I think it was about 20, actually 30 odd pips, less the spread. Then price retraced. We reduced our risk on the trade. You can see we've just been stopped out. Price breaking above that fractal, and now it's moved back down. So overall profitable trade.